Alrighty, what is going on, folks, and welcome back to another Old Guy Farmers single player challenge. Yeah, we're going to do a little mid-afternoon live stream today. I've got today out. Today's a holiday for me, so what the heck, let's get to it. Let's get to logging, shall we? Now, where are we? There we go. Okay, there's that. Meet the Ponzi Buffalo. Oh, I know what probably happened. So, let's see. Yeah, we need to unpark that. There we go. And I also want to show trains in this. Let's turn those on real quick. Let's see if I remember how. Okay. Train cranes on this, yep. Just give me 1 second while I fix this up here. It's just been driving me nutso as of lately, so we can park those so that now when we tab through the vehicles we don't end up going through the cranes and the train. Alright, so there, yeah, just the 3 vehicles, that's what I wanted to see. So oh goodness, it looks like, now that I remember, we already have a load of logs ready to go first thing. So that's a plus. So we'll start right off. Beginning of the episode, we'll be selling a load of logs, making money right away. That's what I like to see, yeah. This one is definitely going to be a little bit top heavy, so I think we'll have to take our sweet time. Making sure that we don't have another, we'll just call it an incident. Lord knows we have had our fair few of them, or our fair share of them, with this here truck and trailer. Tried to do a little bit of showing off there yesterday while Farmer Clyde was watching. Didn't seem to work out so well for me. A pretty large load, but they're not the biggest. Well, that was an interesting start. Unhook our trailer while we're headed down the road. I completely lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, I was just saying, you know, this is a large load, but the logs aren't the biggest, so I'm not expecting we'll get top dollar for this load. I mean, they're full-length logs, but they're not really that thick. Alright, so we're sitting at 2.52 million. Almost 2.53, so let's see what this gives us. Oh, we need to bring up our F1 menu. That comes in very handy with this. And we'll begin unloading. About 25,000 for that load. A little less than that. Not too shabby, considering we just got into the stream. So I think the end of this episode we'll aim for 2 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So we will be just starting fall, year 1 actually. Excited to actually get into fall. It'll be the first time since starting the Seasons mod that any of my series have actually made it to fall. I've got a couple of them in summertime now, but none of them have quite made it this far. Let's try to do this without running into any stumps again. one log on the right hand side, so we'll pick that up. And then we'll switch to the left hand side, pick all those guys up as well. At least that's the plan. There we go. Alright, we already got some on the trailer. Perfect. So, now, we're going to collapse this here boom. And, oops, there we go. We're going to head back down the hill again into some tricky locations. We had some challenges down here during the last stream. These things are definitely on steep territory. Try to slide those logs up a little bit. Try not to go rolling this thing again tonight. Keep those logs at the very top. We'll leave for the big rig. It should be able to pick those up, I think. Bloombread says hello. Welcome, Bloombread. Thanks for stopping in. Hope your day is going okay. Hope everybody's day is going okay. Been a very lazy day for me so far. And it pretty much always is when I have a day off. Now, switch over to the left side, grab these ones. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get the rest of these logs off the railroad tracks. So this doughboy doesn't have himself a heart attack. Looks like we're going to end up losing one of those logs. This is definitely messing us up here. Alright, well, let's try just kind of, there we go. Wow, that is not pretty whatsoever. I've done better, folks. Bloombread says, hopefully a train will come. Man, I thought you were on my side, bro. Now, I wonder if I switch to the left-hand side, if I can, yeah, reload that. There we go. Switch to my left side again. Yeah, I thought you were going to be rooting for me during this, Bloombread. I now see where your loyalties lay. So this is actually turning out a little bit better than I expected it to, thankfully. I'm trying to go around here. James Fishing Adventures says, "What's up, Sign Boo? Sign Boo?" We haven't taken any out yet this stream. The keyword there being yet, though. Give it time. I'm sure it'll happen. we go. I'm going to switch to the right hand side again. Got a few more along this way. I think we're going to get a decent load here. Nice cleanly stacked load. Signed boy, okay. that makes more sense. Excuse me. Ooh. Can we grab a couple more here? Mark says GTX should mod the trains for auto load. That would be interesting, eh? Yeah. Switch to the left side, auto load those because they want to fall off. And I think we're going to try to grab these ones as well. Red Ranger says, "Oh, the challenge is Challange still." Well, yeah, we still got a long ways to go in the challenge. For those of you who don't enjoy the challenge, well, you can rest easy knowing that I've pretty much come to terms with the fact that I won't actually end up challenging it. I'm just doing this, or end up finishing it. Just kind of doing this for fun more than anything. Mark says, "Hi again, RB in chat." Yeah, welcome back, Mark. Appreciate you guys stopping in. You, Red, thanks for stopping by. James, not sure if I gave you a proper welcome, so welcome. Red says, "When's the next episode of County Line?" Sunday. Wrong. You will actually see an episode on Wednesday, and then another episode on Friday. So the next episode will be over on Dope Boy's channel. That's going to be the Wednesday episode, and then my episode will premiere on Friday. Wow. That is going to be a full load there, so let's jump over to this guy, switch to the right, and load. Yes, full load. Can't get much more full than that. Speaking of Doughboy, there he is in the house. Partner in crime, welcome. Thanks for stopping in, good friend. Mark says you should just log days and skip the nights. It would be nicer to watch, and winning is not the point, I think. Yeah, maybe you're right. I have a lot of people. You're right that nighttime isn't exactly the best to watch, especially with winter coming up here soon. Nights are going to be longer. Now, clearly, it's too late for that today. You can only skip. And ooh, we're getting a little sideways there. Yeah, we're only allowed to skip before midnight using seasons. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll stretch the stream even longer. That would help us get closer to the end of it all too. If we did things that way. James says, just left Ice's stream. Well, I hope he didn't do it on my account. No intend on taking people from his stream. It was never my intention. I did see he was streaming, but I'm kind of thinking about doing a double header today. I'm actually thinking I'll do a little vote here later. I haven't decided whether or not I want to do a Woodshire live stream or possibly do a little cattle and crops. So I haven't touched cattle and crops since the first release of the tech demo, and they've added quite a bit since then. I was in it last night just checking it out, making sure that I wasn't going to have any issues or anything like that. And it went smoothly. So I was thinking about showcasing that if you guys are interested. Mark says, I'm not sure you will run out of time and we just hang here to chat with you anyways. True. Red says, wait, so is Old Guy Farmer the one that gave you this challenge? Well, actually, it is Old Guy Farmer's challenge, but Farmer Climb was the one who really pointed me in the direction of the challenge and kind of nudged me into actually doing this whole ordeal. Doughboy says, yeah, I was keeping Ice Company on his stream for a while, but left. Can only be here for a minute. Road and weather getting bad. 10-4, buddy. That's a big 10-4. Mark says, yeah, it's hashtag blame old guy. Okay, so now, did we grab everything down here? I think we did. Just think about that the other day, or last night. I couldn't remember if we got everything from that corner or not. I think we did. So, oh, there goes the sign. Yeah, it was a matter of time. So I'm thinking we'll just pick up kind of some of what's left on this side of the hill, if there is anything, and then we'll cross over. Bloombread says, have you tried the maps that are just for logging? They're real nice. Yeah, I have briefly checked out a couple of those in the past. The problem is I find they become very tedious over time. I think they are more built towards multiplayer, and where I have never had a multiplayer server, then it's kind of pointless for me. Yeah, this was probably a bad idea. Well, I think we got the log. It's kind of hard to see right now. Apologies if you just heard me bump the mic there. Yeah, but I would probably quite enjoy a logging map on a server. Now the key there is finding people who actually enjoy logging, because a lot of people really don't. James says, bye sign. Doughboy says, okay, start the damage counter. Kiwi Killer says, hello there, Rubber. Welcome, Kiwi. Thanks for stopping in once again. Alright, so it kind of looks like we're starting to get close to the end of everything that we got cut. Oh, yeah, there's some more there, isn't there? Clearly there is still quite a bit here, but probably a couple loads just here. Doughboy says, it's not like you don't know anyone with the server. Yeah, I just said, you know as well as anybody else how many projects I always seem to have on the go. And setting up my own server map would be very low on the priority list right now, unfortunately. I told myself I was going to get a ton of work done on my own map that I'm creating this weekend, and so far I've only got to spend about an hour on it. Maybe a little bit more than that. Not much time at all, though. Mark says, well, who doesn't have a server? I'm raising my hand on that one. James says, sign $50, yeah. Well, you're nicer than Liam is. Liam probably would have charged me like $450 for that. let's try coming back here just a wee bit more, see if I can grab this one. Yep, straggler. Perfect. It's been a while since we've been able to just straight up collect with this trailer. It is a lot quicker doing it this way. Oh, excuse me. Doughboy says, well, I love logging. Yeah, you also love mods though, and a lot of mod logging equipment doesn't seem to work quite as well on multiplayer. But, not that I'm complaining. It's also, you know, the other truth is that I have logging on Woodshire that I do on a regular basis. If we ever get Rattlesnake up and going, well, there's going to be a ton of logging there. I'm logging like every single day on this here. So I do plenty of logging, and then setting up something dedicated for logging might be a bit much for this channel. Otherwise, we'll have to change the name to Logging 101, you know. Doughboy says, well, when you spend 10,000 hours planting trees. Yeah, actually, my map that I am creating will have a ton of logging area. It's by no means, you know, a logging map, but where it's based off real-life location, there are quite a bit of forested areas there. Large forested areas. Make it nice and easy around that corner. That one tends to get me in trouble sometimes. Well, I think this is load number 2 for the day, if I remember correctly. This is a little bit slower going this direction. Clearly, obviously, because of the hills, but in the same respect, if we were to go the other direction, it would be a much further drive. The word says only sometimes, question mark. I think I'm forgetting something that we were speaking of there earlier because I'm not understanding the question. Don't mind me, my memory's a little rough today. So, another wet one, and Farmer Clyde is definitely thinking that I am going to have a snowy winter with all the wet weather that we have forecasted. Now, our first day of winter isn't showing any snow yet, but again, that is just the first day of winter. And if the wet weather continues and the temperature is dropping off, then we are going to be SOL. Oh, the corner. Yeah. Yeah. It was a corner that bit us on a couple different occasions during some of the early streams when we were doing most of our logging up in that corner of the map. Recently, it's been one of the corners just down there. Ah, whoa! Okay. Showing you guys that stuff is probably a bad idea. Savage Plays says hi. Welcome back, Savage. Thanks for stopping in. Abe Gahoy says hello. Welcome, Abe. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome to the live stream. We are getting some logging done. Erica says, well, welcome, Erica. Everybody and their dog is coming out all of a sudden, which I am not arguing with. Alright, now, where were we? Joe Boy says, hence the reasons I said only sometimes. Yeah. Alright. Aiden says, are you sick? Yeah, I might sound a little nasally right now. That's actually because I'm smoking a cigarette. Don't mind me. But no, I am actually healthy as a horse. It's pretty rare that I get sick, actually. I can consider myself quite thankful for that. I used to never get sick, like never, ever, ever. Like I went probably 5 years when I never got sick once. Except maybe some self-inflicted. But past few years, I'll get sick maybe once or twice a year. Just take it nice and easy when you're loading the logs. That is the key. That is the key. I think that's pretty much going to do it for this load. We'll grab a couple more. This is nice, easy. No, Erica, I still have not checked out the camping mod. Doughboy, if you could, maybe this is a bit challenging for you. Or even, oh crap, I didn't turn my autoloader off yet. Could you send me a message on Discord, one of you two? Just reminding me to check out the camping mod, because clearly I'm not going to remember on my own. Savage says, don't smoke, it's bad. Yeah, I know it's bad. Trust me, if it was as easy as just quitting, I would, but I've been doing it for a decade now, and not quite that easy. I have tried multiple times. I will continue trying, though, and someday I will actually succeed. Farmer Klein says, roll the truck, and he almost got his wish, but not quite there. Aiden says, 4 likes and no hates. That's what I like to see. Actually, that being said, if you're watching the stream right now and you do like what you see, let's get ourselves a wee little like spike. Surely would be appreciated. Jeffrey says, shout out. All you have to do is stop in and say hi, and then I give a shout out. Well, pretty much say hi to everybody that comes in, but when you go requesting shout outs, I pretty much deny you, because it just ends up clogging up the chat. But if you want to try over again, then I'd be alright with that. Farmer Klein, roll that truck. Let's all chant. Then Doughboy says, hey Robert, check out that camping mod. He did the same thing to me yesterday. You know what, actually, I was talking to Doughboy about this not that long ago, Erica, and because the desk I have set up is kind of a temporary desk, where I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want everything situated. I'm just writing on the desk, so it is written down. As long as I see it later, then I will check it out. Farmer Klein says, I'll like the video once you roll your truck. Mark says, give it time at Doughboy2913. Alright. Dave says, in the description, does it tell you how to be a moderator? No, it does not. So essentially, I usually just keep my moderators to people that I know outside of Facebook, in the YouTube community. I'm not saying that I will never add any more moderators, but I get asked that question a lot, and if I just did it willy-nilly, everybody would become a moderator, because everybody wants to be one, and then I really wouldn't have any control. So, oh, poo, I'm kind of taking a long way here, aren't I? Stick around, you know, as the channel grows, I may need more of them. Jeffrey says, hi, welcome Jeffrey, thanks for stopping by the live stream. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Rubber Burner Gaming, where we forget how to talk, press all the wrong buttons, and we run into things. Maybe I should add a fourth line to that. And we roll logging trucks. It has been a bit of a theme throughout this challenge. I somehow think that if we wanted to, we could create a 1 hour montage of me rolling trucks by the time this challenge is over. Aiden says, oh, sad face. Don't be too upset. I mean, I pretty much give the same rant to everybody that asks. It's nothing personal. Let's try not to get stuck on that stump. Erica says, can you do a video on it? I'm probably going to say no there. I don't have as much time as I'd like to do on videos. Like, I have what seems like a bazillion projects on the go at all times. And I don't have anywhere near the time that I'd like to do things like that. Truth of the matter is you know, I've discussed this with other guys, is it takes a really long time to create a video, like hours, where I could spend that time live streaming with you guys and interacting with you. It's way more interactive, get more views, and it's more enjoyable for me. So I've pretty much switched to a live stream format. Aside from the project that me and Doughboy are working on, which if you guys haven't checked out, the original release is out now. That is our secret project that we've been working on. It is available on both of our channels. The next video is set to be released on Wednesday, and then that will be on Doughboy's channel. And then next video after that will be on Friday on my channel. So you guys will have to pay attention. If you haven't watched the first one yet, go ahead and check it out. You can get a little bit of an idea what's going on. I stopped by Farmer Klein's live stream there yesterday. He was asking me all kinds of questions about it, and I was finally able to give him some answers, which was kind of nice. It's not really a secret anymore. Aiden says, if it does grow, I will help if you put me as a mod. Hope you do. Keep that in mind, buddy. I will keep that in mind. Savage says, have you ever considered vaping? I've tried that on a couple different occasions now, and I've never been able to make it stick. And to be honest with you, I've watched many of my friends use that type of thing, and it all seems to work for them for 6 months, and then they go out drinking with their buddies, and next thing you know, they're smoking again. Bob Bong says, hi guys, welcome back, Bob. Been a really long time since I've seen you in here. Stomp Games in the house. Welcome back, Stomp. Thanks for stopping in. We got all kinds of people popping up that we haven't seen for a while. So I appreciate you all making your way back. Alright, so let's roll down this side. See if we can sneak in here. Let's set our cruise. Be the best way to grab these guys. We're gonna miss that one there, so we'll pull forward a little bit and then backwards. Aiden says, gotta go by. Alright, thanks for stopping in, Aiden. I hope I do get to see you again. And until next time, you have a great day, buddy. So that didn't really work the way I wanted it to. So he's getting left behind for now. Savage says, well, there goes that idea. Yeah, I know. Stuart says, hi, Robert. Welcome back, Stuart. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, we're getting close to another full load here. Be load number 3 for the stream. We're just rocking it once again. Oh. Our load turned off there. A couple more right here along the edge, and I think we'll have to bring the buffalo out for some of this stuff on the top of that hill. It's a bit more challenging terrain that I think might be asking for some trouble. Bob says, have you seen the new Gold Crest map, Gold Crest USA? I have not seen it yet. Stuart says, how are you? I'm doing quite well, buddy. Yourself, how are you doing? I am enjoying a little bit of logging on Old Guy Farmer's single player challenge, and for those of you unaware, essentially Old Guy Farmer's single player challenge is we have 72 game days, which equates to 3 years at 6-day seasons with the seasons mod installed. 15x speed. Make as much money as you can. There are a few other rules to keep in mind, but for us, this side of things, we pretty much don't have that much that we have to worry about in regards to rules, because we are keeping things very basic. We are logging. That's it. That's all. That is our strategy. It does seem to be working quite well, I think, but we are behind. I thought we were ahead, but I think we're behind at this point because some of the other guys got a lot more assets than we have. That Gamer says, hey, welcome back, That Gamer. Appreciate you stopping in again. Oh, look, there's a sign that we knocked down. That doesn't happen very often or anything. Mark says, auto load turns off automatically when logs hit the top of the trigger area on the trailer. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I kind of wondered if it was something along, oh, snap. Come on, Bessie. Well, no words need to be said there. So I guess we'll go for a little drive. Stuart says, I'm very well, thank you. Good to hear, buddy. See, that one wasn't really my fault. I kind of lost view there for a second, and then it just continually got worse and worse and worse. Mark says, "Well, landed it." James says, Mark says, "Not." James says, "Liking now." Isaac says, "Good job." Well, I'm glad you guys are getting a kick out of it at least. Farmer Klein hasn't said anything yet, so I'm guessing he's taking off. He missed it. It's darn shame. Alright, well, thankfully, we've been here before. We know what to do. Bob says, hashtag epic driving. Yeah, we pretty much make a move like that on every single episode. James says, just came back in time to see that. Well, that's good. Erica says, how bad at driving are you? Apparently horrible. Apparently horrible. Now, let me just try to roll this back over here, folks. See, not our first time at the rodeo. That gamer asked, how do I become a moderator? You stick around for a very, very long time. I get to know you for a very, very long time. Usually pretty much has to be not only from YouTube, but it's pretty much actually all PCSG members. And even not every PCSG member is, you know, guaranteed. Keep it to pretty much close friends at this point in time. Not saying that I'm not adding more people at some point in time, just not yet. James says, flip the truck, $72,500 in damage. That is probably a pretty modest estimate there. You know, I just dropped my cover, my pop bottle. I have no idea where the thing went. Oh, landed in my shirt. Oh, Mark, you've done it again. That gamer says, okay, we'll do. Erica said, you should not have a driving license. I don't think you actually required one on Gold Crest, thankfully. Mark says, oops. Bob says, well, don't feel bad. We'll blame it on the game, not on your great driving. Well, in my defense, I came pretty close to saving it there. Savage says, I love this series. I'm happy to hear that. I definitely have mixed reviews on this series. Some people really love it. Some people really hate it. Thankfully, I'm having a fun time with it. And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm not having a fun time with it, you guys aren't going to have a fun time with it. So if I'm having a fun time with it, I'm going to continue to do it. Now, we need to switch to the right-hand side and unload. Ben Fowler just subscribed. Thank you very much, good sir. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Rubber Burner Gaming, where we forget how to talk, we press all the wrong buttons, and we run into things. Mark says, that was too easy. You're like a pro now. I know, right? That gamer says, what are you using for a controller? Excuse me. I have multiple controllers. I'm rocking a G29, a Logitech Stream 3D Pro, as well as a 6-speed shifter. I actually have a new controller that's on its way. Should hopefully be here on Friday, and that's going to be a hand throttle, which I'm looking forward to. It won't really get used so much in this series, but over in Woodshire, where we have the gearbox mod, I'll put that to good use there. Jim Mark says, you almost had it until the mountain happened. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Carolina Boy says, just subscribe. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really do appreciate it. And actually, I think now is as good a time as any. Let's get ourselves a wee little like spike, shall we? If you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and do it now. I really would appreciate it. It means the world to me, folks. James is at Erica, and he really shouldn't have one. Alright, yeah, I think we're just, we're going to park this thing right up here, and we're going to have to bring the buffalo down, grab all them things up. Otherwise, we're just going to end up getting ourselves in trouble. And we roll log trucks. Yeah. That is not an official saying for the channel. It is more an unofficial laughter slogan for the series. That gamer says, do you know any good logging mods? And then I asked, how do I get a shout out? Well, that gamer, I gave you a shout out when you stopped into the channel. So stopped into the stream. Rewind, I pretty much guarantee that I gave you one. In regards to logging mods, well, that depends. Are you using PC or are you using a console? Because any logging mods that I am using would not be usable on a console. James says, yeah, that needs to be added. Bob says, stupid place to put a mountain. I know, right? That'd have been perfectly fine if it wasn't for the mountain. Perfectly fine. Alright, well, we're going to take ourselves a little shortcut here. Thankfully, that's one thing this thing is good at. Whee! Oh, dear. Might have done some damage to the front of the thing here. Alright, let's switch to the left side. Let's turn our cruise control on. Let's start auto-loading. That gamer says PC. Okay. Well, I am using two mods right now. Okay, that went a little bit further up than I wanted it to. Let's see if I can push them back. Of course not. So I'm using this Ponzi Buffalo, which has an auto-load script. The version I am using is slightly modified. Actually, Andy from LS Mod Company helped me out with this one. So this one accepts 8-meter logs. It is not available for public use, unfortunately, but the original one, which can accept up to 6-meter logs, auto-loading like this, so you don't have to use the crane, is available. I'll just do a Google search for it. What was I about to say? Oh, and the auto-load trailer that I'm using for the Mack truck is also available. That's actually one of Andy's mods from when he was part of GTX mods. And it is available on GTX mods website, and I'm actually quite certain, I think I have that listed in the mod description down below, the link for that. Okay. Yeah, in regards to how do you do auto loading, that's just, you have you have to have the auto load mods. That's the big thing there. Bob says, how do you feel about YouTubers as far as letting people know about them? Well, I request that I don't like it when people do it in my chat because I want to be assured that I know who they are and that I'm not going to lead somebody to someone who's cursing and swearing the entire stream or whatnot. I want to verify it first. And to be honest with you, I try to send people to YouTubers that I know personally. I've got friends that I want to support. They're good. And I would rather send people to them. I do often give those guys shout-outs. That being said, actually, there's quite a few links in the description below for other people that are in the channel, or in the challenge, rather. As well as, you know, a few other of my YouTube buddies, which you guys are all welcome to check out. First one I would send you to would have to be Doughboy. Doughboy2913. There's a reason he's getting, we're getting the term partners in crime thrown around. We've got a lot of the same game style. Okay, well, this is not going well. Okay. Let's see here. Let's try something a little bit risque. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! We got her, folks. Doughboy, you've been asked a question. Alright, I'm gonna unload these here. No, crap. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do there, I wanted to unload to the left-hand side. That gamer asked if I'm on multiplayer. I am not on multiplayer. I was saying earlier, I don't have my own server yet. I'm not saying that I never will have a server. I'd actually kind of like to have my own server. I just have so many other projects on the go that I don't have time to try to set one up right now. Yeah, we'll take that as a load, sure. Not a biggest load ever, but yeah, I know a lot of people do multiplayer service with all their subscribers, and I'm not opposed to that idea. I'm just haven't gotten there yet. That's one of the big things, right? Mark says, "Is that your pin number?" Somehow I feel like he's a little bit smarter than that. James said, "Darn mountains." I know, right? Bob says, "Nice save." Well, occasionally, when I can see what I'm doing, I do all right. But, see, like, this is what ends up happening. And then I get lost. That gamer says, do a temporary server. Yeah, I'm not interested in doing that. It takes... When I set something up so I can use it for months. To spend the time doing it for just a day seems pointless to me. Jacob Snyder just subscribed. Thank you very much, good sir. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Rubber Burn Gaming, where we forget how to talk, we press all the wrong buttons, and we run into things. And for the sake of Doughboy, During this series, we also roll logging trucks. So what's this? Load number 4 now? We're making good money once again. Man, I can't believe how many logs we cut the other day. I didn't realize we cut this many logs. I mean, I'm not complaining here, but Go Boy says fire department and ambulance company number. I run with it. Okay. I think I was always... I probably asked you the question and just wasn't paying attention when you told me. Maybe I was paying attention and just didn't have that great a memory that evening. But I was curious myself. Mark says, I think you can totally shave this map, by the way. You look like you're a quarter of the way done. I don't know. It's all these ones up on the edge of the map. Like up there. There's a lot of trees up there. And that may be where the challenge comes in. That gamer says you can save game. Oh well, maybe I'll have to look into that. Nothing happened there. Erica says we're bad at driving. I think the driving skills are actually pretty good. Game physics. That's what I'm going to blame it on. Yeah, game physics. Yeah. Oh boy. See, folks, he does listen to me. Yeah, I just don't like to admit it. Bob says, how long have you been YouTubing now? I've been YouTubing since pretty much the end of January. So, just over 6 months now. Mark says, if you cut out some of the driving, you'll be more efficient in the woods. The stuff you're getting now is really spread out. Yeah, the problem is that it's also very tricky for this truck to get in through the woods. That's its big challenge. Gamer says, gear you need for the mountains, on top of the mountains, JCB and a buffalo, and you can make it up anything. Yeah, JCB probably actually would do quite well on the mountains, wouldn't it? Wow, they didn't want to go on there very well, did they? They're be sticking out a little far on the back, but... Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Mark says make giant piles with the buffalo and run course play to the mill. That's not that bad of an idea. I won't deny that. But this is a really, really poor load on my part. Let's switch to the right side. We're just going to try to pick a couple logs up here, and then we're going to send it back over to the truck, I think. Yeah, that's why. They're just going to fall off at this point in time. Let's see if I can try to pick that one straggler up. Alright, let's go dump this off because that's just going to make a mess of things. Yeah, Erica says you should get something that's easier to drive. Are you suggesting something other than the Mack truck? Is that what you're trying to say? I like the Mack truck, that's the problem. It's a nice truck. Mark says if you flip that Buffalo, that's your advanced driving by before, for sure. I didn't, to be completely honest, although I did not flip the Buffalo, technically, we did kind of just slightly lay it down on the boom. Poorly done. Alright, I think we're close to getting this whole kit and caboodle cleaned up here. We're just gonna haul them back like that. Savage says there was this one time when I was played FS17 for the first time. I was carrying a bunch of logs and I tipped over on a hill, so I jumped out of the truck, flew across the map. Worst logging trip ever. Yeah, I imagine so. Let's just set it here and let's start the auto offload. Now let's jump over to the truck. Let's auto load. Doughboy says gotta go unload the piggies. Alright, thanks for stopping by there, Doughboy. Really do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon / evening, and we'll talk to you later, buddy. Yeah, that didn't load the way I wanted it to, so we're just gonna try again. There we go, that's a little bit better. Now let's shut it down, lock them up. I just want to jump over this guy. Let's just take another quick drive around, make sure that we got everything. I think we did. Just want to be sure, don't want to leave anything behind. Up here on a high spot, we should be able to see real good. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good here, folks. I think we've got a whole other patch of trees cleaned up now. Wow, so for the first time in like 3 days, we'll actually be able to start cutting again. Yeah. Now what I kind of want to do is start down here and work our way back towards the bridge over there. And then, just by looking at the map, we'll have everything North of the road, BGA comes off of, to that river, pretty much cleaned up. So, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna work on next. Erica says, you only like the truck because it has your YouTube channel name on it. Well, that doesn't hurt. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But actually, if you've ever watched the movie Convoy, I believe that's what one it was, then you would also understand that it's actually a movie from, or a truck from a movie. Mark says, nice build you made there, just tricky on the rocks, yeah. Savage says that trip also made me fall on the floor laughing because of how funny the truck looked when it was flying. Let's go. Bob says, how can I get this guy's name without putting it in, get this guy's, a couple different ways. If you got Facebook, I have social media now. You can private message me on Facebook. The channel should be listed in the description below, or not the channel, but the page. I'll link to that, so you can check that out if you wanted. I don't actually know if there's a way to private message through YouTube. I feel like there is. But I'm not 100% sure there. Oh. Alright, so let's backing on up now. So the original plan was to go until like 2 o'clock in the morning for this stream, but it has been suggested that I start skipping the evening, and I'm not opposed to that idea, but I still want to put in the full 24 hours of game time. I find that's pretty much the perfect length of Old Guy Farmer Challenge episode. So I don't remember what time it is you're allowed to fast forward at. I think it's 10 o'clock in the evening you're allowed to fast forward. Uh-oh, don't fall in the river. Let's bring that back a little bit. Try to drop it on the other side of the log there. Bob says, okay, I'll hit you up on Facebook later. Sounds good, buddy. Yep, saw that coming. That log always goes bye-bye. I think you can skip at 10 o'clock in the evening, and you skip until like 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So if that's the case, then we would probably be going until like actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. That would definitely help us get through the challenge a little quicker. Plus, I'm sure Fiber Clyde would like to know that I've wasted a bit of time. I originally really didn't want to skip the evenings because I didn't want to waste any time, but like I've been saying, I've pretty much come to the conclusion that I'm not going to get 72 days done. So maybe by skipping the evenings, it'll get me a little bit closer. Mark says, I just wanted my fast forward mod to go 6,000 times and fast forward anytime I want to. Okay. Farmer Clyde's back. It says, roll that truck. You missed it. Sorry, buddy. And it was epic, too. You missed it. Yeah, you're just going to have to go through the archives because it really was one of the most epic rollovers that I've done so far. He says, did you roll it? Did I not see it because I was in the... Yep. That's essentially exactly what happened. You should have said, listen, we're going to have to postpone the meeting. Rubberburner's doing some farming right now. And there's a pretty good chance that he's going to roll the truck. Farmer Klein says, oh, I'll rewind. I think I found it. Be right back. Alright, so F1 screen is up, so I should be able to see as soon as I get the option to skip the evening. You guys just kind of got to remind me once you see that option come up, let me know to do it because we only have the option until midnight. I want to rotate that a little bit. Armin Klein says, yes, I just found it. Not gonna lie, I was a little speechless when it happened. Because I really thought I had her back on all fours there. Clearly, I did not. Guys are pretty much pointless to cut down, but at the same time, if we want to cut down absolutely every single tree, then we're going to need to. And that is kind of an unofficial goal of mine. We'll see how far we get. I'm definitely not promising that at this point in time. Skip night is 8 p.m. to midnight. Well, okay, 8 p.m. Yeah, so that'd be, yeah, that's what I thought it was. That's right. I was thinking 20 hours. And in my mind, I was thinking that's 10 o'clock. I'm not great with 24-hour time. Now, I gotta kind of be careful not to go dropping these in the river and wasting them. So, you know what? We're going to back this girl up. Don't usually go do that, but I think that's the safe route to go. Robert Clyde says, next time, can you put it on its lid totally upside down? I will try my best just for you, Farmer Clyde. So, Farmer Clyde, you'll be happy to know that while you were away, we have decided, for a couple of different reasons, that we are going to start skipping nights. Essentially, we're doing it, one, so that we can get through the seasons a little bit quicker, get through the challenge a little bit quicker, because at this rate, there's no way I'm going to finish in time, but skipping the evenings, it might be possible. The other reason is nighttime really isn't the best for the viewers. So, combination of both those things, yeah, we're going to waste a little bit of time. Oh yeah, and no install, no reset. Mark says, all install, no reset when FS works out physics. Farming Simulator 1715 Logger says, hi Rubber Burner and Farmer Klein, welcome back. Thanks for stopping in, I really do appreciate it. You can pretty much see what we got going on here today. More logging. Today we're finally getting back to doing some cutting. Last live stream was 100% hauling. Farmer Klein says, I'm down to 1.6 mil. Spent some more money, eh? Yeah, we just spent $250,000 on that Ponzi Buffalo not that long ago. That was just a couple of days ago now. Erica says, can you put the logs in the truck already? Well, we're not really to that point yet. I was kind of thinking we'd just cut this entire strip first, which I really don't think would take that long. Pretty much see the end of the strip there now. Mark says, make sure you get nice pics with the sunset. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at actually remembering to take pictures. Okay, now we're gonna skip the night. So Left, Alt, and N. Okay, it's autumn time. We are finally in autumn. Oh, look at that, Farmer Klein. We've got... wrong way. Okay, it'll work. Another day of rain in the winter. So no snow yet. Vehicle running cost $20,000. What the frick was that all about? That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm quite aggravated by that right now, so I'm going to have to see what's causing that. Hopefully it's not that Ponzi Buffalo. Shouldn't be, because we got charged for it last time, and it was $900. So maybe it's, you know, per season you pay extra money or something? I don't know, but that's a friggin' large chunk of money to just have disappear. Oh, because I left it running. Well, that's flippin' stupid. Like, straight up, that's a glitch, because obviously it's not actually doing anything. If you're in the friggin' vehicle, then that shouldn't happen. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty friggin' angry right now. That doesn't make no sense whatsoever. But what else is what it is. Nothing we can do about it now, except spend 20 grand every day on friggin' maintenance. That just probably killed our resale value on this thing too. Mark says you need to do maintenance on it ASAP. Okay. Maybe we'll try doing that then. Well, we'll just finish cutting these trees and then we'll run it back to the farm and we'll pay for some maintenance, I guess. Mark says if you do maintenance cost. Oh, maintenance required. It does say that too, doesn't it? Okay. Mark says if you do the maintenance, cost will go down. Yeah, it's just I know we were a long ways away from needing maintenance yet is all. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to then. Mark says take it to the bar and hit alt R. Okay. I'm gonna have to check the other two pieces of equipment too, just in case I left one of them running. Sometimes I leave that Mack truck running. Alright, we're getting close to the edge of this set of trees here. Won't be too much longer. We'll finish this set of trees and we'll go maintenance that thing. That is the goal for the rest of this stream at least. We might even get a little bit more. We might even get a little bit more than that done. We'll see. Farmer Klein says maybe it'll break down before you get it to the farm. Is that actually possible with Seasons Mod? I don't know. Mark says if you leave it running, that counts on engine hours, and you need more maintenance. Yeah. Alright, well that was a learning curve for me, I guess. When I skip the night, make sure I have all the equipment shut off. Otherwise, you're going to get burned for no reason. I mean, it'd be one thing if I had hired help working in the evening type deal, but where I'm sitting in the thing, you know, clearly it's not actually being used. James Fishing Adventure says, what difficulty should I set my Drummond Farm save game? Now, a lot of my buddies run everything on hard mode, but I tend to stick to normal mode. Mark says you need a service trailer to do your maintenance on the job site, save you the trip. Well, the other option would be we do have the low loader. We could just grab that, load this thing up and take a run. But oh dear. We also left the low loader at the store because once again I wasn't thinking. Farmer Klein says get the great service trailer and bring it to the Ponzi. Yeah, I actually have that on another map now, actually on County Line. I have that in that mods folder, so I may have to go looking for it. I don't have it set up in my mods folder right now, though, so I wouldn't be able to do that as of yet. Mark says always play on hard. James? I think you guys are crazy. Well, that depends on your gameplay style too. Me and Farmer Klein have had this discussion before. He tends to already start out with some of the big equipment, whereas I do the grind. I start out with the bare basics, right? And with the bare basics and not many fields, it's a heck of a lot harder to make money, right? So it really depends on your gameplay style. If you're starting out with all kinds of equipment, then all kinds of equipment, all kinds of fields, that kind of stuff, then hard mode, yeah, that's the way to go. Otherwise, you're going to be rolling in dough instantly. But if you don't have much at the beginning, then my personal opinion is normal mode. I would never suggest easy mode to anybody though. Except maybe a first timer, you know, who's still kind of learning the game. Actually, to any first timer, I would probably suggest normal or easy mode because I know the first time I played FS15, I made a lot of mistakes, wasted a ton of money. And that way it was easy to kind of learn from your mistakes because you had extra money to play with. James says it's also super easy to get nuggets. True, and you get all the equipment. Okay. Farmer Klein says, "Oh, I'm grinding a whole heck of a lot of Mountain Valley Homestead Edition." Oh, okay. And he's still doing it in hard mode. What a trooper. Alright, so I guess there's a few more trees here than I thought there was, but what else? I just think it's easier rather than switching back and forth between the vehicles to do it this way. Mark says, I'll get rid of everything and keep 15,000, then work for others and log to buy fields and start the farm. That's actually one thing I don't do. In my defense is I really don't do the challenges whatsoever, or the missions whatsoever. I think they're kind of, in my opinion, it's not true to real life. If you're doing contract work, you're bringing your own equipment in. And if you're just working for another farmer, you're going to make the same amount of money as you would make if you hired somebody on your own farm. You know, making $20,000 to harvest a field, it's not logical. So for that reason, I tend to stay away from them. I think we'll just kind of do a loop around this here. There's a rock there. Icelandic farmer says, hello, mate. Welcome, Ice. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I think you can probably take a guess what we're doing, considering what challenge we're on. I just got done cursing out Seasons mod. Not that long ago. Farmer Klein says Seasons tank the mission income. Oh, okay. I did not realize that. That is something that I might actually be interested in doing now. Farmer Klein explained to me not that long ago that when you're in a mission, the time actually changes to real time, so we really wouldn't end up losing that much. Mark says on the missions, on hard, the missions are a lot of work for not a lot of money, so you really need to get grind to get a lot of things moving. Okay. Farmer Klein is saying, frozen ground on day one of winter. Maybe Seasons has molded ice on the road, on the wet roads. That could be interesting. I'm not quite sure if they've gone that far yet from what I've played around with modding seasons. I really don't think so, but I could be incorrect. Whoa! A little tippy there where it was trying to fall into the water. Oh, so many trees. Well, it means we're going to have lots of trees to cut for the next stream. Farmer Klein says, hi, gotta go, my workday is done. Alright, Farmer Klein, I hope to see you streaming later today so I can stop in and try to give you as hard a time as you give me. However, he always seems to have the right answer to not let me get away with giving him a hard time, so maybe I'll just sit and watch and keep my mouth shut. Mark says, drive safe, don't flip the truck. James says, maintenance cost was so high because of the flip truck. I don't think that's true because, let's be honest, I've flipped the truck many times so far and I haven't seen the cost that high. Alright, we're really getting on top of the mountain now. Buffalo's definitely going to have some work to do over here. Fire 17 Motors says, what's the best way to make money, Robert? Well, that depends on who you ask. I believe logging to be the best way to make money. Silage is a really good way to make money. It would probably be between those two. Alright, so I know there's a tree way down here. And we're after absolutely every single one of them, so we're gonna attempt to crawl down here. Just bear with me here for 1 second as I try not to crash into the river. You know what I just realized? Although we will be able to cut, if you know, we really do get to the point where we're close to having all the logs cut and we decide to go after every single tree on the map, we may be able to cut absolutely every single tree, but we won't be able to collect them all because some of them are on an island. So unless somebody has a ferry mod where we can ferry a buffalo or a big rig across the water, then I just don't see that happening. Dropped it right on top of ourselves there. Mark says I can make 100,000 a day and only work for 4 hours at 15x. Wow, nice. I used to just leave it. Nope, no log left behind here. It's too late. Alright, I need to turn this header around. She's all cocked sideways on me. Alright, let's move forward. Probably only got a little more than maybe a dozen or so trees left in this section. Back up just a wee little bit. But this guy, I think even the Buffalo with the autoloader will probably struggle with some of these here trees. Mark says there's a skyline mod that will drag the logs on the island directly to the cell point, or you could use a winch. Interesting, okay. Now kind of starting to look like we got some more rain coming. And Bonzi just doesn't want to move forward. There we go. Bob says, would the water brake mod work for that? I'm not sure. I have not used the water brake mod yet. Mark says FDR logging. Okay. I have seen the winch mod before. I guess I really didn't think it would stretch that far, but I says you really don't care about the Scorpion at all. I care about getting it to maintenance before the next day ends. That's pretty much the only thing I care about. It cost us $20,000 the end of the last day. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on here, folks. I'll try to mute the mic before it happens if it's about to. Farm Sim says, do you do wood chips, Road Burner? I do in Woodshire, not on this series though. This series we are focusing primarily on straight up logs. James said, just missed it. He said, ice farmer, he cares about that about as much as the truck he flips. Yeah, this is true. That being said though, I am pretty good at cutting logs down. I might not be easy on my equipment, but by George, I can, well, as Icelandic farmer says, I can fell some trees, that's for sure, in a pretty quick manner. Well, we are getting close to being done. Cutting logs for this episode. I see you are not in Discord. You guys saw nothing there. Ironically, I flipped into my channel. I'm pretty good at doing this. I flip into my channel all the time. And then I never actually think to join the voice chat. So I'm sitting there, I just can't do anything about it. And at this point in the stream, I don't think I'm going to switch it on. We're pretty close, actually. James, you come up with some of the best emojis. I will give you that. Yeah, we're really only about 3 game hours away from calling it a stream, I think. Well. So, a few of you guys suggested that I buy the maintenance trailer. I don't, like I said, I don't have it installed yet, and considering how close we actually are to the main shop, I think it'd just be quicker for us to drive it there rather than rather than go grab the flatbed from the store, bring it back, load it up, drive it over there, then drive it back. I think it's just quicker to do it this way. I almost missed FS17, says, okay, is the Mini Scorpion King worth it? I presume you're talking about the Sampo Rosno, which is kind of a smaller version of this. Okay, unless you're talking about a mod one. If you're talking about a mod one, then I really don't know because I haven't used one yet. But the only downside to it is you can only cut a certain width of log. It will not cut the biggest trees. Carolina Boys says, like and sub, catch you guys later. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you next time. Alright, so we'll roll it in here. Well, look at that, I've got crops growing. No, those are... Ah! There's a fence there. Wasn't expecting that. You'd think I'd know about fences on my own farm, but I think somebody put this one here without me knowing. Farm says, no, not a mod. Actually, we'll just... we'll bring up this screen and forestry equipment. And I would say you're probably talking about this guy right here, the Sampo Rosno. Like I said, no, very large trees cannot be processed with that thing. It's a good piece of equipment, and you're just not going to get the biggest logs with it. It's going to be a lot more productive than running with a chainsaw all the time. There's no denying that. I'm not quite sure how maintenance is required now because like there's only 8.8 hours on the actual. Whoops, this isn't where the. I haven't actually gone to the shop yet, so this is new for me. There's only actually 8.8 hours on the Scorpion King, and maintenance is supposed to come at 30 hours. Well, we only fast forwarded 8 hours, so. Not quite sure how that would be possible. Okay, you guys are going to have to help me out here because apparently I don't know where the shop is. I thought there was one on the main farm here somewhere. Unless it's actually inside the building here. We'll open it up. Hoping Mark knows. Ooh, that does kind of look like a shop, doesn't it? Alright, let's jump in this guy. And we're going to have to bring that out, drop her down. Back her. Wow! Dropped her down too much, apparently. Back her in here. Stop here. Now, left Alt R. 10 grand. That's stupidness. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to shut her down here. Now, we still got time on this one. We still got plenty of time on this one. So good there. So, let's hop in this guy and let's go see if we can just grab a few more with the trailer here. Ice says you have a nice stream, RB. I gotta go sleep in La La Land. Thanks, Ice, for stopping in. Really do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening. We'll catch you on the flip side, buddy. Alright, so we gotta switch to the right hand side. And let's, yeah, we'll just kind of cruise along here. I think we can probably fill this up with this little chunk of logs right here. I find 5 kilometers an hour to be the perfect speed. Mark says, I think that puppy has made you enough. You can show 10,000 in love. Well, that puppy also cost me 20,000 over the evening, so I'm not too happy with her right now. Pretty much negates an entire load of logs, which is essentially, well, we can usually end up getting anywhere from 6 to 8 loads a day, so that's pretty much, 3 hours worth of work, game time, out the window. So, yeah, I really shouldn't be complaining, but I'm still going to. That's just my style. Put my cruise control back on now. Farm Sim says, do the logs float in FS17? Ironically, we were just talking about that in our last stream. I think it was the last stream. It might have been one before that. I'm not 100% sure. But I was saying it would be a really cool feature if they floated down the river here into the sell point, like it used to be done years and years ago. Like a lot of years ago. But no, unfortunately, when they fall in the water, they just drop to the bottom. Mark says if you buy the Ponty flowers now, and then she steals your card and goes shopping for new shoes. Just saying. Whoa. Alright, that's a load of logs right there, I think. Can't get much more full than that. Should probably be a little cautious coming through here if we're smart about things for once. We tip her down into the river, and I don't think it would be quite as easy to save. Apparently those ones didn't lock on, even though I just reset the straps. It might be too tall for the straps. Yeah, I don't think it would be quite as easy to salvage the truck if we drop it down into the water. And I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually lost a logging truck. Mark says, oh, that's flipping for sure. Oh, ye of little faith. Yeah, I haven't actually lost a logging truck in the water before, but I don't know if you reset the trailer, if you would lose all the logs or not. I'm not sure. Maybe you wouldn't if you locked the logs in place, but like I say, I'm not 100% sure. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess. I think we're just gonna take it nice and easy to keep from making Mark laugh too hard. He got to do that already once this stream. I think that's enough for him. Mark says, yep, it resets the logs. Okay. Mark, no brakes. I always thought that would be something, a cool feature for American Truck Simulator to implement. That would be brakes overheating. In real life, when you're coming down a large hill, you want to be in the right gear and you want to be using your Jake brake versus riding your brakes down a massive hill. Otherwise, your brakes will overheat and your truck will run away. But fortunately, they haven't gotten there yet. Alright, so I think we'll actually head back the same direction. FS Logger says, true, I watch other subs, one goes faster and wipes out, and the other goes slower and beats them. Yeah, I have a tendency to be the guy who goes faster and wipe out at least once in every stream. Mark says, good job, you made it. Oh, your sarcasm never fails. Roll it in here. And actually we are at the point where we've put 24 hours game time in. So actually I think we're going to call it a stream right here, folks. I want to thank everybody who joined me today. You guys were fantastic today. If you haven't checked out the other channels that are in the challenge, they are listed in the description below, or at least most of them are. I may be missing a couple. Mark says, you know, I watch them fail. It's like NASCAR. Yeah, I know, right? Don't forget to check out my partner in crime, Doughboy's channel. We have finally released the big surprise that is available for you to watch, both on mine and his channels. From here on out, you're going to want to watch both channels for different perspectives. If you guys are watching right now, let me know. If I do a live stream tonight, let me know. Would you rather see Woodshire or would you rather see a cattle and crops video? Let's see, what else do I have to say? Don't forget to check out the social media accounts there, Facebook and Twitter. Again, listed in the description down below. I feel like I'm missing something. Don't forget to check out PCSG and 3 Dudes Gaming, both very good sites, good forums, bunch of great guys there. I guess it's time that we gotta save the game. Save. And quit out. And at this point, I think I can say, until next time, you all have a great night. See ya.